Today on Rappler. United Nations Special Rapporteur Irene Khan urges President Marcos to abolish the Anti-Insurgency Task Force NTF-ELCAC. A flawless mission brings supplies to the BRP Sierra Madre in Ayungin Shoal. A Hong Kong court convicts 4 people for rioting during the 2019 pro-democracy rallies. Lewis Hamilton rocks the racing world as he announces he is leaving Mercedes-Benz and moving to Ferrari in 2025. And Tik Tok removes songs from Taylor Swift, Billie Eilish, and other Universal Music artists after negotiations fall through. United Nations Special Rapporteur on Freedom of Expression and Opinion Irene Khan urges the administration of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. to abolish the country's anti-insurgency task force.
NTF-ELCAC was established about 6 years ago in a different context. It is outdated. It does not take into account the ongoing prospects for peace negotiations.
She also recommends the government issue an executive order on a policy against red tagging and recommends the Commission on Human Rights to define red tagging and terror tagging and propose legislation against it. Former NTF-ELCAC officials are notorious for red tagging activists and critics of the previous Duterte administration. The Philippine government insists red tagging is not a state policy. The Philippines completed a, quote, flawless rotation and resupply mission to the BRP Sierra Madre on Friday, February 2. The completed mission to the makeshift military outpost in Ayungin Shoal is confirmed by Armed Forces of the Philippines spokesperson, Colonel Francel Padilla. Friday's resupply mission is the first mission by sea completed in 2024 after a bilateral meeting between the Philippines and China. Maritime defense expert Ray Powell notes, the resupply seems to have encountered virtually no resistance from China. This is very different from past resupply missions, where Chinese ships subjected Philippine vessels to harassment, shadowing, and water cannoning. China claims practically the entire South China Sea and sees resupply missions as violations of its sovereignty. Beijing also refuses to recognize the 2016 arbitral ruling that recognized the Philippines' Exclusive Economic Zone or EEZ in the West Philippine Sea. A Hong Kong court finds 4 people guilty of rioting during the pro-democracy protests in 2019. This comes after 8 others pled guilty to charges stemming from the siege of Hong Kong's Legislative Council building on July 1, 2019. The siege came at the tail end of a protest against a proposed extradition bill. Reporters Wong Kah-ho and Ma Kai-chung are acquitted of rioting but are found guilty of entering or staying in the precincts of the chamber, as the court disagreed that reporters could stay and record the incident. 8 other people who pled guilty to rioting include the former president of the University of Hong Kong Student Union, Altheus Wen, and pro-democracy activists Ventus Lau and Owen Chow. Hong Kong's district court sets a maximum of 7 years in prison for rioting. 7-time world champion and Formula One's most successful driver of all time, Lewis Hamilton, will race for Ferrari starting 2025 after activating a release option in the Mercedes contract he signed in August. Mercedes confirms the news in a statement, saying the move marks the end of a 17-year-long relationship in F1 with Mercedes-Benz. Ferrari also announces Hamilton's arrival, adding he is joining the team on a multi-year contract. Hamilton will replace Spanish driver Carlos Sainz at Ferrari alongside Charles Leclerc. Ferrari is the oldest, most successful Formula One team, but it has gone without a driver's title since 2007. Hamilton, who has won a record 103 races since his career started, has not had the car to challenge defending champion Max Verstappen. Mercedes now has an open driver's spot to fill as a partner to Britain's George Russell. TikTok users will no longer be able to create videos with songs from Taylor Swift, Boy Genius, and other Universal Music Group artists, as contract negotiations between the two companies have collapsed. TikTok's access to Universal's expansive roster of artists ended Wednesday, January 31, after months of negotiations failed to yield a new agreement. TikTok has begun muting short videos featuring the label's artists. Universal is asking TikTok to compensate artists at a rate equal to what other social media platforms pay. It adds, TikTok is allowing the platform to be, quote, flooded with recordings generated by artificial intelligence, diluting the royalty pool for artists. It also raised concerns about problematic content, such as sexualized images of Billie Eilish, which reportedly went viral and was seen by millions before it was removed. TikTok declined to comment. And that's today's wrap. I'm Kara Oliver. Thank you for watching. Click the link below for the full story. Follow us on Rappler's YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok.